It's that time of year where we take a look at 2022's crushed dreams and expectations and laugh at my hopes and goals for 2023. So for 2022, the channel has mostly been completely flat. It did start picking up steam somewhere around September, where I had almost double my views that I did a year before. But then after that, things just completely cratered to worse than what they were over a year ago. That is until recently, where I think I finally found the reason as to why my YouTube videos have been floundering. I had a bit of an aha moment and made some tweaks to my last few videos, and the last 4 videos on my channel have all done spectacular. They've all been the #1 performer out of my last 10 published videos. Just one is luck, but when I've had all 4 of my previous videos do this well, I think I finally cracked the code. You know, I'm not exactly going viral or anything, but it is definitely a marked improvement well and above how my last year of videos has gone. So last year, Social Blade predicted that by the end of this year, I was gonna hit 13,000 subscribers. We barely hit over half of that at 7,091 subscribers. Just as a point of comparison, we started this year off with 4,431, so that's about a 60% year-on-year growth. The most notable things for this past year is that the Cybertruck was obviously delayed again. It seems to be finally holding track for starting production mid-2023. I predict that the RAM for that will be extremely slow, so I suspect that the first non-employee deliveries won't happen until the end of 2023, and Canadian deliveries will be even further than that. Throughout 2023, I wouldn't expect any Cybertruck, unfortunately. But that's exactly why I pivoted into ordering the Model 3. Obviously, it's no massive pickup truck, but it is a family car for me and the wife, and it's a surprisingly fun and roomy adventure vehicle too. You know, winter mishaps notwithstanding. So I pretty much hit all of the notes that I wanted to over this past year. Did some 3D printed gear videos, e-skate and e-bike backpacking trips, and I even got to do one EV camping trip before the end of the year, exactly as I promised in my last year New Year's video. I'm just sorry it wasn't the Cybertruck. So this past year, I really broke away from the traditional outdoors adventuring videos that have been done a million times before and started to focus in on my tagline of fun, futuristic technology meets traditional outdoors experiences in order to bring some cohesion to the channel. But even then, now I still see that my content has been all over the place. 3D printed gear videos, power generation and storage videos, water purification, e-skate touring, and even regular old backpacking and camping videos. It's way too fragmented. Back in October, I really got to thinking, what is Mike in the Woods all about? What types of videos do I really enjoy making? What am I doing that really nobody else is? And if I could boil it down to a 3-word phrase, what would that be? Unconventional EV adventuring. So things like skate packing on my electric skateboard, which I've already been doing, and bike packing on my e-bike, building exotic electric rideables, putting EVs to their limits, and really pushing the boundaries of what an electric vehicle can do in outdoors adventures. Doing my unique part to broaden the adoption of EVs, both big and small. And as I've said a few times now, it's important for me to put my money where my mouth is. This channel is definitely a labor of love. Currently, I'm lucky if I pull $200 a month in ad revenue from the channel, and I definitely invest a heck of a lot more into stuff for content. If you want to help out the channel while also getting some actually useful, unique, and interesting stuff, please check out my online 3D print shop. It's all handmade or printed right here in my office. And to be clear, stuff like renewable power generation, 3D printed gear, that stuff will still be featured, but it will be tied directly into the EV adventuring focus. So, what's in store for 2023? Well, going into the new year, there's 4 main projects that we're going to be focusing on here on the channel. The first is electric skateboard skate packing. I'll continue to push for longer and longer trips as I work out kinks like the drivetrain issues I've been having. As alluded to in previous videos, I'm looking to upgrade into an all-terrain board with a gear drive, and currently that's slated to happen sometime around late summer, early fall. There's also the electric snowboard touring project. I'll keep iterating on and testing the build and go on my first few adventures with it. And once it's up and running, I think I will be the first person in the world to do a backpacking trip on an electric snowboard. You know, assuming the thing holds up. This project will have a strong focus on it until winter peters out heading into spring. Then there's the Model 3 overlanding. I'll continue to build it out into more of an adventure vehicle. I'll go on more adventures with it and prove out some pretty radical concepts, stuff like being able to charge in the middle of nowhere with a portable solar charging setup, and also things like testing the autonomous driving capabilities in a camping and adventuring context. Then there's also the autonomous inflatable boat raft packing project. For the warmer weather, we're going to take my Tobin Sports Canyon Pro, outfit it with an outboard motor and an LFP battery, hook up ArduPilot and a 45 kilogram servo to the motor, and the idea is fully autonomous raft packing adventures. Set a waypoint mission on the control software on my phone, hit start, and then in theory it should be able to take me from where I start all the way to my end destination without me having to interact with the boat at all, other than having to steer around obstacles like people or logs in the water, stuff like that. So those are the 4 main projects, and then as I had mentioned, one of my main goals for trips going forward is to slowly fill in sections of the Trans-Canada Trail on these various electric rideables. So a lot of the trip videos going forward will heavily center on that. I do have a playlist that organizes all of these trip videos in a way that's basically covered from west to east. Some of them will be filmed out of order as they're filmed at different times of the year, some before the other, but it's all organized together so that it's a cohesive route from west to east. And guys, I have no shortage of content planned. And while obviously I can shuffle stuff around as needed, I have a full content calendar that's 1 video per week planned throughout the end of this year and beyond into 2024, 2025. The amount of video ideas I have has far outgrown how fast I'm able to make them, even once we focused in on the EV adventuring concept. So what about metrics? What am I expecting by the end of 2023? Well, according to Social Blade, we won't even break 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2023. So I'm gonna kick Social Blade in the nuts on that one. Between my new focus on the whole unconventional EV adventuring thing and my recent light bulb moment on why my videos were underperforming, my actual goal for the end of 2023 is to hit 25,000 subscribers. And yes, that would require me to over 3x my current subscriber count. I'll tell you what, if I don't at least hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, I will shave off my beard. I have done a lot of thinking about a whole bunch of cool projects that I want to do, like a metric crap ton of them. Way more than I could ever do in a single year or even 2. And so, I've started planning even further out into the future for this channel. So we're talking projects that I have planned out all the way into 2028. Make sure you stick around for the increasingly wacky and next level craziness that we're gonna get up to. And like I always say, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you, both old subscribers and new, for coming and watching. And everybody, have a fantastic new year.